Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a couple things. I am going to be doing a review on my ABH Norvina Volume 4 collection. I'm also going to be trying out my blinged brushes. I have the silver collection. I also got the pink collection, and I was waiting until I got the pink ones to be able to use the silver ones because I was using them as like a, just something to look at. They're just so pretty. Look at these. I do have my beauty blender, but I'm also going to be trying out this It Cosmetic brush. It's a foundation brush. Looks like a little heart, and Raw Beauty Christy uses it a lot. And I looked at a lot of reviews on it and figured I would try it out. So that's what I'm going to be doing for you today. So I'm going to start out by doing my base and using my Juno & Co. Moonshine Miracle Cream like I always use. So this is my Norvina palette. This is the packaging that it comes in. So let's open it up. It does come in a light pink little box thing along with it. And here is the palette. Now all of the other palettes, I do have 1, 2, and 3. So naturally I had to get 4. And the other ones have like lines and stuff on them. This one is just a light pink. It's very, very gorgeous. So now I'm going to open it up and show you the inside. So this is the inside of the palette. It's so gorgeous. So I am going to be doing some swatches for you. But first, I'm going to do my base makeup, and then I will be doing the swatches. So I'm going to start out trying to use this brush. Let me zoom you in a little bit. Okay, so now let's start with the foundation. This brush, it is like a collection. They come out with a new one, I guess, every year. It is really different than using a beauty blender. It's just got a different feel to it. Now, it is a lot faster too, actually. So let's do a little close-up and see. Normally, brushes leave lines and stuff on my face, which is why I don't like to use them for foundation. However, let's check this one out. I don't see any lines. It actually looks really, really nice. What I did hear from some of other videos that I watched is that you can kind of go over it with your damp beauty blender and just kind of get that flawless finish by just kind of pushing the makeup in. So we'll try that out too. Now it actually does not look like I'm wearing any makeup on my skin at all, and I did use almost 3 pumps of my Tarte Concealer foundation. So I actually used a little bit more than normal, but it does look like I'm wearing less. So that is a big thumbs up in my book. So I really do like this brush a lot so far. I will continue to use it and see how I enjoy it. So that's that. Palette, and I'm going to go in with these shades. I'm going to use my blinged brush for this, and this is the first time I've used this brush. I'm going to go in with a lighter shade first, and then the darker shade a little bit, because I have not used this before. It's a little bigger than the ones I normally use. happy with the blush there, but it is the first time I've been using these brushes and they work so good. It picked up an amazing amount of product on it. It's really good, I enjoy it. They also do have a smaller one in this collection, and this is the F5. That might actually work better for this next time. I might try this one, but they're really, really stunning brushes. Again, this is the palette, this is what it looks like, and this is the inside. So now I'm going to do some swatches for you. This is the first 2 rows, which, see, I'm just terrible at swatches. So this is the first 2 rows. I'll zoom you in on my hand. This is A1, A2, A3, A4, and A5. Some of them are really difficult to see on my skin tone. And then this is B1, B2, B3, B4, and B5. So that is the first 2 rows. I'm sorry my swatches are not the best. I do need to work on my swatching. There's a lot of really glittery ones in this palette, which is what I really like about it the most. So I checked out my arms a little bit and found a better way to do my swatches. Bam! So much better. So starting here, which again you just cannot really see, this is C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, D1, D2, D3, D4, and D5. And these are just so buttery. When I put my finger in them, they're just, it's amazing how they feel. So now let me show you the last 5 shades. This is going to be E1. And there are some pressed glitters in here, so I'll try to show you what those look like. Here is a pressed glitter. This is E2. This is E3. Look at those. No, my lights are probably up too high. Let's turn it down a little. But look at those. That's amazing. So now here is E4 and E5. So that is the last row. Very, very, very beautiful colors. Now, they are also pressed pigments, so they're not going to be the same as eyeshadows. That's why it is a pro pigment palette. Okay, so that is the swatches of the palette, and I really enjoy it. I think that this is actually my favorite palette out of all of them. I really just love all of these colors. The color story is amazing. You can get a really neutral look if you use these 4 up here. You can get some extreme pops of color. They've got the 2 pressed glitters down here, which are just to die for amazing. So now I'm going to try to do a really pretty pinkish look for you. Okay, so I am going to start by using my Urban Decay Eye Primer Potion. So I am going to start out with D1. And I am going to use my blinged brush in E3. That is this one here. Just to lay down that color from D1. Now because I am kind of going to to lay down a glittery color on it, I'm going to try to focus everything from my crease upwards, which I do have very, very hooded eyes and downturned eyes. So it makes it very difficult. I also do not have a lot of space between my eye and my eyebrow, so I'm kind of messed up on all fronts here. Now, for some reason, when I do my right eye, it is so much easier than doing my left eye. Like having to take my hand and flip it over, and then all the lighting is different. It's just so much easier to do my right eye. I feel like my right one always looks better than my left one. So now I'm going to grab my blinged brush in E5, which looks like this guy here. Look at that glitter glisten. Look at that. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's so awesome.
So I think I do want to do a pink look, but I don't want to go too bright. Because I do really want to use the E3, which is the really bright, this one right here, this bright guy. So I think I'm going to go in with E1, which is a lighter pink shade. It's the lightest in the packet here. It's this one. The lightest of the bright ones. That's not a shimmer. So I'm going to just put a little bit on my brush. Just one tap will do it. And just kind of place it right here. So I am going to now grab my Morphe and Jeffree Star collab brushes in JS12. It's just a really small brush right here. I am going to dip into a darker pink just to deepen up the outer portion and maybe the crease a little bit. I'm going to go into C2, which is this guy right here. So just one tap and you get so much color on the end of your brush. So I'm just going to kind of put that in my crease here. So I do want to maybe deepen it up a little bit more. So instead of using a pink color, I am going to wipe my brush off. I'm going to go in with E4, just a tad bit. It's a little scary because it is kind of a darker, like maroonish right here. It's E4. So just one little dip around on the brush, tap off the excess, and then just kind of dip it down a little tiny bit. So look at that. You see it's just deepened up just a little bit. And I think I'm going to grab just a tiny bit more and deepen that up just a little bit more. Blend very, very well, as you can see if you look at my eye really closely there. They're very, very well blended. So now I am going to put down a little pink shimmery-ish. I'm going to grab my blinged brush in E4, which is just a brush like this. And I'm going to grab C1, which is a pink shimmery-ish shade. It is right here, and I'm just going to put that over the bottom part that's going to have the pressed glitter on it, just to kind of give it a little sheen. So just apply that right there, and now I am going to apply E3. I'm going to do it with my finger because it always works out best for me, and I am doing the whole lid portion. So let's see how this works out. And just a couple swirls in the pan and it picks up so much color. Look at that. I mean, there is some fallout as you can see here, but it's just because my finger kind of touched that area, which honestly does not bother me. I kind of like it anyway, so now I'm just going to grab a really fluffy brush, which is the JS5, and it looks like this. And I'm just going to grab a little bit of that pink shade in C or E1, the lighter pink shade, in just one dip, and it gives you so much color. And I'm just going to kind of make sure that there's no rough edges here. Just make sure that it looks really good. I love this. I love this so much. This palette is absolutely amazing so far. So that's what it looks like so far. I am going to take the brush that I used for my nose, which is L1, and I do think this is a lip brush, but I am going to use this to apply on my brow bone and my inner corner highlight, which I am going to use A1 for that, which is this one, this guy right here. Okay, so now I am going to grab JS10, which is a little brush like this. And I'm going to grab some E1 and some C2, and I'm just going to apply them on my lower lash line. Okay, so that is one eye. So I'm all done with this eye, and now I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to do the other eye, and then I will be right back to do my lips and give you my final thoughts of this palette. My eyes are all done. I'm now going to do my lips, and I'm going to use my Morphe lipstick that I got. I got a collection of 3 pieces, and it says Bond on the bottom. I think that would be the color of this. And this one says Flirt. So this is the color Flirt, and I figured with such a bright eye that I would do a nude lip, and this is Love Bite. So I'm going to line my lips and put on my lipstick. Right next to the bell, right next to the subscribe button is that little silver bell. You gotta click the silver bell and then go up to the all and click all, so you'll never miss another video that we put out for you. And thanks so much for watching. We'll see you later.
Bye. Bye.